morning students, welcome to today's class. Today we shall have a quick glance over the basics of English language. Let me recap the things we have studied in the previous years. First, how many letters are there in English alphabet? You know it. There are 26 letters from A to Z. Next, name the two forms of letters in English language. The two forms of letters in English language are capital letters and small letters. And you know the use of capital letters. To write some words, we begin with capital letters. For example, to write the name of a person or place, or to write the name of language, to write the name of great books and or epics. Next, we need to know vowels and consonants in English language. Name the vowels and consonants. Vowels are A, E, R, O, U. These are the vowels, and the remaining are consonants B, C, D, F, others. Then we shall know, after knowing vowels and consonants, what is a vowel? Students, a letter that has an independent sound is called a vowel, which doesn't depend on other letters, which has an independent sound. And what is a consonant? Opposite to vowel, a letter that has dependent sound. Students, to show the difference between two, here is one example. We shall take one word, America. Here, America, A, it has independent sound. But to the word yum, it has dependent sound. It depends on E to make sound made. And the same with R and C. ನೀವು ಕನ್ನಡದಲ್ಲಿ ಸಹಿತ ಇದನ್ನು ಕಲ್ತಿದ್ದೀರಿ. ನಾವು ಒಂದು ವರ್ಡ್ ಅಮೆರಿಕ ಅಂತ ವರ್ಡ್ ಬರಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ನೋಡಿ ಅಮೆರಿಕ ಅಂತ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ಸ್ವತಂತ್ರ ಉಚ್ಚಾರಣೆ ಇದೆ. ಇನ್ನು ಮೇ ಕಾಣಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ನಾವು ಮೇ ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಎ, ಅದೇ ರೀತಿಯಾಗಿ ರಿ ಅನ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ರಿ ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಇ, ಕಾ ಅನ್ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಕಾ ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಆರ್, ಕೂಡ ಏನಾಗ್ತದೆ ಕಾ ಆಗ್ತದೆ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ so we call it as consonant and we call this as vowels. Next, we shall know what is a word. A word is a group of letters that makes meaning, not mere group of words. It makes some sense. It should have a meaning. For example, girl, boy, my mobile, teacher, student. We call as these words as words, which makes sense, not mere of words. GLRI, it doesn't make any sense, so do not call it as word. Then, after knowing word, then we shall move to know what is a phrase. Phrase is a group of words that makes some meaning, not complete meaning. Where are you? I am in the classroom. In the classroom is a phrase. It is a group of words and that makes some meaning, not complete meaning. In the hall, in the meeting. So these are called phrases. Then sentence. Sentence is a group of words that makes complete meaning. For example, Rama goes to college. You are learning English. I am teaching you English. So these are called sentences which make complete sense. Next, we need to know what is a synonym. Synonym is a word which is similar in meaning. The words which has the same meaning. For example, answer, reply, actual, real, brave, courageous. So we call such words as synonyms. Next, antonym. In the examination, you will be asked to add prefix or a suffix to form its antonym. Antonym means opposite word, opposite in meaning. For example, long, short, big, small, rich, poor, beauty, ugly. So we call such words as antonyms. Another word, homophone. The words feature similar in pronunciation but different in meaning and spelling. We call such words as homophones. You can notice here there are some words feature similar in pronunciation but they are different in spelling and meaning. Weak, weak. The pronunciation is same but the spelling and their meaning is different. The spelling of one word is W-E-A-K. Its meaning is not strong. He is weak means he is not strong. W-W-E-K. Week means period of 7 days. I am going to Bengaluru this week. We shall go to another example. Peace, peace. The spelling is of one word P-A-C-E. Calmness. The two nations are at peace now. P-I-C-E meaning bit. I want a piece of chalk. Birth, birth. Similar in pronunciation but different in spelling and meaning. B-A-R-T-H, coming to life. His date of birth is. Birth, sleeping seat in the train. I got reservation for a berth. Dairy, dairy. We go to dairy to buy milk, butter or the products of milk. Diary. The police search for the diary of the culprit. Check means stop. The police checked at the gate. Check. Order payment on the bank. He gave me a check of 1 lakh rupees. Quiet. Q-U-I-E-T. Quiet means silent. The class is quiet because the teacher is strict. Q-I-T-E. Quiet. Completely. I am quite satisfied with your progress. Thus, there are many words in English feature similar in pronunciation but different in meaning and spelling. You have to notice it. Now we shall go to another word, homonym. I think you have heard the word. Homonym means the words which stand more than one meaning. Usually you hear or you know the meaning of one word. One meaning of the word. But there are many words which stand more than one meaning. For example, miss. I miss you a lot. Miss here, the meaning of the word is fail to reach or contact. If I ask you, who is your miss? You will tell me the name of the teacher, lady teacher. Like something that helps us to see. And the meaning of the word is light means not viewing. I will tell you in a sentence to show the differences. The light went out while I was studying. The bag is light. Here the bag is light means the bag is not heavy. Dear. This word comes in the second Q textbook, dear. You know the one meaning of the word. Dear means beloved, dear friends, dear sir. We say it like that. But another meaning of the word dear is costly, expensive. And the meaning of the word in the story, too dear, is expensive. Sentence, you know one meaning. Usually, sentence means a group of words that makes complete sense. Another meaning of the word is sentence punished. You are punished to death. Watch. It is 11 o'clock by my watch. I watch TV. See, different meanings. Run. He runs fast. He runs a garage. Here, different meaning. He runs a factory. Thus, there are many words which stand more than one meaning, and we call such words as homonyms. Lastly, parts of speech. What is parts of speech? When we speak in sentences. Those sentences are made up of words or parts. The words or parts that make the sentence are called parts of speech. For example, we shall take one example here. He goes to college. This sentence is made up of some words or parts. He goes to college. So we call these parts as parts of speech. The words that make the sentence are divided into 8 kinds according to the function they do in a sentence. Here we name it as pronoun, goes for, to, preposition, college, noun. Thus there are 8 parts of speech. Any word that we read or write come under these 8 parts of speech. Students, we shall finish with this study, and we shall discuss further things in the next class. Thank you. Have a nice day.